Hi everyone, this is Joseph Botnar from IT.tutorials. Thank you for watching another tutorial, another C tutorial here on IT.tutorials. This tutorial has the goal to talk about the structure of a C program. Let's dive in. Here on the first code line, we have this hashtag and the keyword include. These two together represents a preprocessor directive. Further, we have this file which have this extension h. Each file with this extension h represents a header file. In this case, we have an input-output standard library file called stdio. If you follow the name of this file, you will see that the name follows actually the long name input-output standard library. Std comes from standard, I from input, O from output. By inserting this input-output standard library allows us to use these two functions, namely printf, which is an output function, and scanf, which is an input function. If which actually the role of this preprocessor directive include is to insert header files. This stdio file is a input-output library. We have loads of libraries which can be inserted in a C code by this preprocessor directive include. Actually, this is the role of this preprocessor directive include, to insert header files in our C code. These header files can be a library which is built in C language, or can be created by user, can be our own header files, which also can be inserted by this preprocessor directive include. Next, we have the main function, which starts, as you can see, from the line 3 and goes down to code line 17. Actually, this is the main entry in any C code. As you can see, this main function starts with this keyword int, which refers to whole numbers, positive and negative whole numbers. Because I use this type, which is a data type, it is a whole data type, int, this main function will return a whole number using this keyword return. In this case, we return this value 0, but I can use here void, and void means empty. Void will not return a value like int. Then we don't need to use this keyword return, because I use this here void, and void does not return a value. So this is important. I'm going to put it back, the int type, yeah. Okay, so this int type is followed by this keyword main, which means this is a main function, so the compiler should know this is a main function, yeah, followed by this parentheses, and after by this open curly bracket, which represents the start of main function. This we have, as you can see, two curly brackets, an open curly brackets, which means the start of main function, and here down here on code line 17 a close curly brackets, which marks the end of main function. Actually, we can say this init type together with keyword main and this parenthesis represents the header of main function, and the curly brackets, the open and the close curly bracket, and what is inside these curly brackets represents the body of this main function. What is very important regard to main function, that it is the main point entry in any C program, and this happens not only in C program, it happens in about all programming languages like C#, C++, Java, and so on. So this main function actually represents the starting point of execution by compiler. That means the compiler will start to execute any C code with this main function. That's why we actually write all the statements, as you can see, inside the main function, inside the body of main function. So let me to copy this and paste it here outside of this main function, just to make a little demonstration. As you can see, we receive straight away an error, and here is written expected a type specifier. This means the compiler can't see this output function if we put it outside the main function. Why the compiler is not able to see this printf function? The compiler is not able because the starting point of execution of any C code is the main function, and we have to put this statement inside the main function in order to be seen and found by compiler. So this is very important, yeah? Bear in your mind. The main function is the starting point of execution for compiler. Actually, this open curly brackets marks the start of main function. And further, on code line 6, we created here a string using this type char, because C doesn't have a string, and we have to use a char array in order to create a string. On line 8, we declared a printf function, which is it is an output function which outputs this text, yeah. And here we have this escape sequence, which means new line. That means the cursor will go on the new line, on the next line underneath, yeah. And this is scanf, which is an input function which takes and reads formatted input from the standard input, such as keyboards input from the user. What does it mean, this? This means that in the terminal, because we are going to use Visual Studio Code, or console if you use Visual Studio, will be outputted this text: enter your YouTube channel name and press enter. Scanf will allow us to write the name of the channel, the string, from the keyboard. The keyboard is the standard input. That's why scanf is a input function, and we enter the channel name from the keyboard as a users, yeah. And scanf allows us to write it, the name of the channel, from the keyboards, and at the same time we read the value what we typed in terminal from the terminal, and we'll store it temporarily in the buffer, which is a temporary memory, and from there the scanf function will send the string value to this variable channel name, which will store it at the end. Here we have this percentage together with the S letter, which means a format specifier, which refers to string. That means this variable channel name will hold string values. Here again on code line 15 we have printf output function, which will output this text hello and the value of the channel name, which is the string we type it from the keyboard. And as you can see, we are using also here this format specifier for a string. And on line 17 we have this keyword return together with this value 0, which actually means our code terminated with success. Actually, this keyword return will send to the operating system this value, and the operating system knows that this code terminated with success. If return keyword will send a different value than 0, that means the operating system knows that this code does not terminate it with success, and the code contains errors and the code will not be executed. This closed curly bracket marks the end of the main function. So this is actually the structure of a C program. Is very good for you to know the structure, how a C program works, in order to understand the functionality of any C code. Now, because we are using here scanf, which is a input function which will read the value from the terminal, the value represents what we're gonna to write from the keyboard. It's a bit tricky to use the output. So let's see what happens. If I run now this code, you will see nothing will be displayed here in output. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, and this goes without stopping. Yeah, the code will run without stopping. Yeah, so I'm going to stop this because, as you can see, nothing was displayed here in output. Why? Because we have this scanf input function. That means we have to work with the terminal, and you have to make a few settings. Go here on the file, select preferences and settings. Here go on extensions and select the run code configuration, and here look for the run terminal. Let's see here, you see run in terminal. Click in this box, tick this box. Okay, now go back, select terminal, run the code again, and now we have here the text displayed by this output function printf. Enter your YouTube channel name and press enter. As you can see, we go on the next line because we have this new line here. Yeah, and I'm going to write it.tutorials. Enter, and is displayed hello it.tutorials. Actually, this printf output function, which is placed on this code line 15, display this text. As you can see, hello, and the name of the channel, which was typed by me from the keyboard, which is the standard input. Yeah, the standard input. Yeah, as you can see, I typed it.tutorials. Something else I want to show you. Go on preferences, settings. It's very good also to set the font. Here I've got 22. Yeah, probably it could be even 20. Yeah, it's smaller. I prefer 22. By default is set to value 14, which is I think too small, so I would recommend you to change the font as well. Yeah, to make the size of the characters bigger. Okay, another thing very important regard to the structure of a C program, it is this semicolon. As you can see, any statement here in a C is terminated with this semicolon. So bear in your mind, you have to end each statement in C program with the semicolon. So make sure you don't forget to put them at the end of each statement, otherwise you will receive errors. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Hopefully this tutorial is useful and help you to understand the structure of C program. See you next time. Bye bye.